Okay, great. Yeah, thanks again, Anthony and Bo, for messaging me on Facebook, reaching out. I know it was a few months coming, scheduling conflicts, and here I am in Cambria, but definitely love to squeeze in an hour for you guys and for this team. I recognize a few names on here. Dana, especially, love your energy, positivity, your social media posts, and that's what it's all about. And that's partly about what I'm going to talk about a little bit today as well. So thanks for taking the time to be on here, everyone. You're clearly trying to learn and advance and get better if you're watching this recording, if you're here tonight. So thank you. I'm going to try to make it as worthwhile as possible. We're really going to cover a few major topics Bo asked me to cover. A little bit about my story, how I got to where I am, and then just the steps to success I took. I always say there's levels to this, and I'll go into a little bit of how I found those people and built my team. And then I'll end with like a homeowner presentation real quick, killed the bill, homeowner deck, and then to the proposal. So that's kind of the agenda tonight. I would love to know where you're calling in from or where you close deals from. So if you could type in your city, state. I just looked up Bo was in Utah, Anthony, yourself, or Dana, you said you're in the Modesto area in California. But yeah, I'd love to know everyone. Please put city and state. That would be fantastic. Want to know where you're coming from. All right, so let me share my screen. And then feel free to type any questions in the chat. I will try to look at them occasionally, or we'll do a little Q&A at the end. All right, let's get going. Hopefully I can make this a little interactive, but I'm just going to cover a lot of content real quick and try to wrap it up by the top of the hour. So real quick, a lot of you know a little bit about my story. I go by JB3, Jonathan Budd, Jim Bunch, JB3, and now I think there's a John Bumgardner with Mosaic, who Rick Joseph is calling JB4, but we'll see. And I am licensed real estate, so I've been a realtor. I am with EXP Realty. If you don't know EXP, go look it up. It's the same model as Powur. It's what attracted me to join Powur, actually, 2.5 to 3 years ago now. And I was with Solar City 7 years ago, 2015, turned into Tesla. And then I was going downhill. I got my real estate license. I quit Tesla. I tried my hand at a private dealer and real estate. Didn't work out too well. Got a little dried up. Went to Sunrun. Did really well there. Learned how to generate my own leads and networking. I didn't want company leads anymore. And then 3 years ago, as of a few days ago, celebrating 3 years, Bobby Smith reached out to me on LinkedIn to come after me to join Powur. I did in May of 2020, when I put in my 3-week notice at Sunrun, I did put in 26 deals. In the summer of 2020, I put in 28 deals and then 19 deals simultaneously recruiting. I actually had an assistant. I was paying 20 bucks an hour to help me recruit and run Facebook ads to solar pros. And he would do the recruiting and then eventually hand it off to me. So that's how I won the Tesla in 2020. I was selling my own referrals. I built a team. I found the JC Rangel, and next thing you know, 100 people need to use a mentor. And guess who's in their upline? Me. So that's how I won the summer contest, Model 3 Tesla. And my big, some of my big wins, getting my twin brother to join the business and getting him ramped up and being successful and being #1 last summer. And then bringing BNI networking. If you're not in a BNI networking group, you're not taking your business seriously. I think everyone should be in a BNI networking group or a team networking group or Chamber of Commerce. And now we have a relationship with BNI. And the impact journey, Anthony mentioned earlier, that's really near and dear to my heart. It's an organization that I've been following and building homes with. I built 3 last year. We donated the solar. We helped build the home. And it's going to be an amazing journey, May 21st to 24th or so, for those of you that are able to go with us there. And I'm just, before you know it, in 2.5 to 3 years, we have over 850 people on the team paying 49 bucks a month. That doesn't mean they're selling. Maybe 450, 550 are active. So a lot have gone inactive. On my front line right now, I have about 46 active, but I have about 28 that are inactive. They haven't had a sale within 6 months. And I do have about 50, 60 cancels. So this is all a numbers game, just like everything is in life, just like sales is, recruiting is. So you have to keep on filling the funnel and always be following up for sure. And then I was a top 5 income earner as well. And here's some of the pictures that we did on the build. I actually took a lot of the team here to build a home last year, but you can see they're living in cardboard boxes, guys, and tarps. These are the people that work in the flower field or the produce field when we go into Trader Joe's or Costco sometimes, this family and this boy here. And so this is really my why. I get to give back in a massive way. They say earning money, making money doesn't buy happiness, giving it away does, and helping others does, right? So that's truly what I enjoy doing. And my twin brother and I here at Cal Poly Pomona, we both got our MBA there as well. Okay, so a few basics. Why solar? Why are we here? Why, if you're new, what's your why? You need to figure it out. I teach realtors as some of the ways that I work my business. I tell them your clients are going solar with or without you. I mean, look at this street in Southern California. What home doesn't have solar? There's a $550 buyback, build back better that's on the table to extend solar, extend the tax credit, and really help maybe increase our deployment by 40%. It's the most expensive home purchase people will make. We're seeing electric vehicles, we're seeing gas prices get to $7. Who's not going to have solar? I'm using a phrase recently called hedging your bets. Going solar, Mr. Customer, is hedging your bets against rising prices, against, this state, against blackouts. So that is really resonating. I got that from Corey Ventura on Powur TV. So this is just some of the big things, right, guys? There's net metering policies changing. There's tax credits changing. There's electric rates rising. There's gas rising. You're in the right industry on the right platform. And I just really wanted to impress that upon you. Now, I commonly say that there's levels to this. And I'll just take a quick look to see where some of you guys are at. California, Florida, Arizona, very cool. Hopefully APS utility, Colorado, Texas, Arizona, awesome. Arizona, Florida, got a lot of Arizona, Florida, and then some California. Very cool. All right, so I always say there's levels to this. Level 1, if you're new to Powur, you're gonna start as a mentee. That's what we call tier 1. If you're trying to get to level 2, a seller, then if you're a solar pro, you have to sell 1 deal with a mentor. Then you can sell on your own, make all the commission, do your thing. If you're new to solar, 3 deals with a mentor minimum, 50-50, and then you can sell on your own or get your California license if you're in California. So you could be level 2 seller and make 200 grand here and work 20, 30 hours a week if you want. But if you want to continue to advance your business, the next step is becoming a mentor. You have to sell 5 deals on your own, take a certification, and then you're allowed to go ahead and help mentor others. So you should already have been building your team. You should be inviting people to join your team, sales professionals, anyone that touches homeowners, past colleagues, past sales professionals, people you used to work with, realtors, HVAC, referral partners. Building your team. As a mentor, you help close those deals. So you're making 50% of those deals. Plus you're earning some passive income off of those. And then you should have a few referrals yourself every now and then. That's your own personal deals as well. Once you start doing that for a while, your passive gets bigger. And then the next level is building mentors under you. That's the game changer, guys. And it may take you a few years to get there, but if you can have a mentor under you, 1 solid mentor, you can make 2-3 grand a month passively when you wake up on Friday. So that's the game. If you can get to this level, building mentors and leaders under you. I'm so amazingly thankful to have the Cynthia Alvidrez's, the JC Rangels, Luis Perez, David Perez, Corey Ventura, Scott Crum, Marisa Fletcher, a few people on here, the Paul Leones, the Anthony Bonillas. Incredibly blessed to have these strong mentors, and then they're going to build teams. And everyone hits at different points, right, guys? Like I went after Paul Leone and Corey Ventura for a year, and then they joined. And then Paul Leone didn't sell for 9 months, but then he started selling. And after a year, Corey Ventura joined Powur. Everything in this world and this platform is follow-up. The more you do it, the easier it gets. Trust me, this gets easier in year 1 and year 2 and year 3. The referrals, the contacts, everyone you've talked to before is going to start hitting you up, especially when they see what we're doing. And then you're going to stop selling as much. You may even not want to mentor as many deals because your passive is replacing your income. It could be 6 figures, multiple 6 figures. And now you want your mentors to take those mentee deals. So you're getting to 30 active on your front row. You're eventually getting to 40 active. Your passive is replacing your income. You're focusing on events and trainings. And then one of the steps to that is hiring recruiters, assistants, social media managers, throwing lavish events, renting a beach house, and having a 10 grand weekend for your top 10 income earners. And it starts to get really crazy and really fun. So there's levels to this. Be patient, but that's how I kind of see some of the levels. Now let's talk about how I did that. There's many ways. I've been in my Chamber of Commerce for 7 years. I ran the Young Professionals. I've been on the board of directors. I was in BNI networking for 2 years. Here's a website to go to, screenshot it. BNI is a networking group. Here's my networking group on the bottom right, 40 individuals, 1 per industry allowed. 1 lender, 1 roofer, 1 painter, 1 HVAC, 1 electrician, 1 financial advisor, 1 insurance agent. Can you imagine meeting with those people once a week with just the intention of passing referrals around? That's it. Like standing up in front of a room, working on your public speaking and passing referrals and educating yourself once a week for an hour and a half. It's a $700 buy-in. Isela, I think, is on this call. She's in BNI. She closed 2 deals since December. She's working on her 3rd deal, and she may have a consultant that's joining under her, all from BNI since December. Shout out to Isela. So that's huge. There's also Team and Latip, but this is a way not only to find ambassadors, to find potential consultants, and of course, close more deals. Social media, y'all know, follow me. I think I'm at my 5,000 limit, but follow my page, follow my business page, follow my Instagrams, copy and paste, share the content. I don't care. Literally share my posts, my pictures. I always advocate get to 5,000 friends on Facebook. You should be adding people from your church Facebook page, your community Facebook page, like go to Tucson Buzzers or Tucson Connects or Phoenix community group. Like do whatever you gotta do. Join these community groups, add people. I'm not there to see my friend's cat's photo. I'm there to do business. I want to post a ton about solar, and you'd be surprised. I literally get a referral twice a week from Facebook, like literally, after doing this for years and years and years. If you're not posting on social media once a week, you shouldn't even be here. Like, get off the call. I'm just kidding. But you should be posting about solar. You can't be a secret agent. It has to be funny. You should post in some community groups when you can. If you can get to some video, just get behind camera, go to a friend's install, teammates install, stand behind an electrical meter on your friend's house. Do what you got to do. Just get some content out there, get something interesting. I've got a buddy who signed up for the $100 virtual site survey. So he's a surveyor for Powur. Every survey he does, he makes it a point to take a live feed or a story so his friends see him at a house surveying. How brilliant. He wants to sell more for us. He surveys homes and he posts live content every time he's out there. And I can't tell you how powerful these community groups are. Go find a community group with thousands of people. hit the magnifying glass and type the word solar and look up hundreds of posts about people that have posted on solar. Add them as friends, comment on the feed, direct message them, drip on them, right? These are just so many activities you could do if you're looking for more activities out there. There's a guy on the team who literally once a week for an hour on his calendar, he calls ads like tabloids or whatever you call it, the ads in the paper, like your local handyman, your local AC, your local electrician. He calls them, says, hey, I always have homeowners around here. I'd love to save your number. Can I refer you out? By the way, have you ever thought about referring solar or adding solar to your business? Yes, it's a grind, but you'd be surprised, guys. If you were to do that, you could get some ambassadors. You all agree? Maybe even a consultant. I say on Instagram, if you were to message 20 realtors a day on Instagram, especially EXP realtors, and you did this for a few weeks, do you think you could get an ambassador? Do you think you could get a consultant? Do you think you could get a referral? Abso-freaking-lutely. And you could just sit on Instagram in your freaking bed and do this. I'm telling you, Instagram is a goldmine, especially EXP realtors. So social media is a no-brainer. Events, local gym, community chamber, farmers market, sustainable Earth Day events, electric vehicle day parades I used to do. I now can sponsor events. So any events possible, I've done them. Social media, networking, these are just things ingrained in me that I've done for 6-7 years now. And now I can sit back and I built my business and I can get a referral every other day right now. And again, referral partners. So they're HVAC, roofers, electricians, contractors. In California, if you're building a detached ADU, 9 times out of 10, you need solar. I have a contractor that gives me a deal or two every month. He actually joined as a consultant last month. Realtors, home security, contractors. These are people that are either going to be ambassadors or consultants, guys. This is how you build your business and close deals and or get passive income. You could post on your Facebook right now, who knows a good roofer in Phoenix? Who knows a good realtor in Orlando? Everyone and their mom's going to reply with their favorite realtor, and then you're going to add them as your friends, send them a direct message, ask to save their number, ask them if they have a referral program for solar. And it might take you a whole bunch to get there, but eventually you're going to get a few. Green Realtor, Google it, copy this website, search for some green certified realtors in your area. These are people that have taken it 2 days out of their life to become green certified real estate agents. Do you think they want to partner with the hottest, best nationwide company with the best warranties? Absolutely. We had a guy named David call 10 green realtors in California. One of them signed up to be an ambassador and gave him a referral to a $2 million house, and my brother sold it. And they split the deal 50-50 just from calling 10 green certified realtors. And of course, you know, everyone, the ambassador program is one of the best tools we have. I have personally about 95 ambassadors right now, not to boast, but impress upon you how freaking important the ambassador program is. I'd love to know how many ambassadors you guys have. You know, don't be shy, even if it's 2 or 3 or 7, you really should set goals for getting more ambassadors. And they have their own portal. They get to see the progress. They get to see the payout, direct deposit. They even have a Facebook link or a script to help them get the $1,000 check. So that's a huge, huge program. And then just kind of wrapping some of this up, recruiting realtors, big time. This has really led to a lot of my success. Connect with them, message them, ask for them on Facebook, ask for them in the Chamber of Commerce, the BNI, the Green Realtor List, take them out to coffee, take them to lunch, talk about business. And I call this my 1-2 punch. Now, when we look at Bobby Wright here on the top right, he's a realtor I've known for a few years. He recently joined EXP and he's like, Jonathan, I have a referral for you. What's your referral? I'm like, you already know, Bobby, you know, it used to be 350, 500, but I can do 1,000. But I've got another option for you, Bobby. If you join Powur $49 a month, 3-hour training, you can get 50% of the commission. Now you let me know which option's better for you. 50% of the commission, by the way, is often 2 to 3 grand. You let me know which one you want to do, and I'll send you my link, or I'll send you a 10-minute video, Powur Explained, you have to watch, then you can join. And that's it. You shut up and you let them decide which one they want. Bobby Rye closes one solar deal every single month with one of my mentors. Sierra Sims is even better. She'll close 2 to 3 deals with Cynthia Alvidrez as her mentor every single month. Guys, she's a top producer in Rancho Cucamonga. She joined as a consultant. Her office is an EXP. George Cordova, same thing, wanted that 50%. Real estate's hurting, struggling, you know, it's gonna tank sometime soon. They need another way to differentiate and protect their income, and they know this is the reason why. And if you haven't watched, you know, Real Estate and Solar 101, I've got 2 of those videos on my YouTube. It's an hour long. You should learn how to speak to realtors, learn the vocabulary, learn their pain points, learn the value you can add, and then get them with the 1-2 punch, ambassador or consultant. And then lastly, just to wrap up this section, you know, when it comes to building my business, I did all these things. I collected business cards. I searched them on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. I added these people as friends for years and years. I did all those activities I just mentioned and added them all on social media. And then I would sit on my couch and I would message, you know, the guys that work in the Home Depots for Solar City or Sunrun, or the guys that work in Costco's, or sales reps from solar companies I used to know back in the day, or I would message some real estate agents. You literally should be texting and dripping on anyone you've ever worked in with sales before. That touches a homeowner that wants to make some side income. Everyone wants to work virtually now. No one wants the crappy W-2 job that you have to drive to go stand somewhere. Everyone wants a 1099 virtual job they can make 6 figures, period. That's the new reality that we live in. So those were some of the steps, right? And I'm thankful that I did work at Solar City. I met the Lorenzo Jaime, Cynthia Alvidrez, Paul Leones. I met these people. The Corey Ventura I met at Sunrun 4 years ago. It took me a year to get him to leave Renova in Palm Springs, and he joined. So it just takes time. It just takes, you know, building all these steps, the discipline over and over and over. And, you know, JC, if you can find one big shark like JC, who's come from building network companies and building teams of hundreds, your life and your future generations' life will forever change. If you can find someone like that, or if you can find a enterprise, then that's really gold. So I want to go ahead and maybe just pause and see if there's any questions, and then we'll go ahead and transition to the homeowner presentation.
Hey, Jonathan, I have a question for you.
Please.
Dude, I'm so excited to talk with you tonight. Thank you for your time. My first question is, how do I get one of those shirts?
Yeah.
I want that shirt.
I'll put it in the email. I'll grab the email. I think there's a gal named Erica, and if you email her, then you can order one.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So, man, I have tons of questions for you, of course, and I don't have time to go through, go through them all. The previous slide that you showed, you know, as to the levels of your success in Powur, I think right there, I think I fall right between 5 and 6 at the moment. And man, leveling up is difficult, right? Anything you do is difficult. And so I'm trying to figure it out. A part of the thing that's I won't say it's frustrating, but it's challenging for me is, you know, there's so many moving parts with Powur, right? And the successful people have all these different activities that they're doing. And so I'm trying to figure it out, right? What works for me, right? Duplicating some of those efforts. But I'll focus on one thing. So I'm in talks right now with two very large developers here in the Central Valley. What are your thoughts on, when should I be converting them to the enterprise deal right away, or should I kind of build on that relationship, maybe sign them up as a tier 1 seller first, let them see how the platform works, get some sales under their belt, and then approach them for the enterprise? Or how would you suggest that?
Yeah, I think it's all also case by case, of course. So, depending on the conversation with that person, with your leadership, or eventually if it's a big fish, even getting Charles on the call. And we did recently hire someone, I believe his name's Ryan, to oversee strategic partnerships and help with enterprise. So coming soon. But, if that person needs an admin manager role to go in and help move leads around or update jobs, if they want to use the lead generator position, paying a lead generator $500, $800, $1,200, $1,500, if that works for their business model, maybe they're sales reps, that might be a nice option. And what I'm alluding to is enterprise, of course, right? The 149. So if the enterprise needs those things, or is it 175?
179.
If they need those things, or it makes sense for their business, or they need to assign a lead to anyone in Powur at a defined split, to me, with just thinking off the bat here, those are three things that I would recommend an enterprise for that person. If they don't need those things, then of course the standard $49 is fine. And of course you can let them know they can upgrade in a few weeks, like get the training done, get their feet wet. If they do need those roles, then it's literally a click of a button.
Gotcha.
And you can upgrade. So that's kind of been my pitch recently, depending on who I'm talking to. I try to ask and uncover these questions. And the Enterprise Pro is a little bit more curtailed to like a solar company or solar team. It's going to have the white labeling eventually. It's going to have a seated seller, different splits, and potentially even an 80-20. If you have certain milestones reached or installs, you could get even a higher share. So that's pretty interesting. Yeah.
That was my thought. I mean, one of them right now has like 70 to 80 homes that he needs solar on that are new developments, right? But his approach is that I don't want to have to sell solar data. I just want to, refer them to you. You close them, and I want to be hands off. So, but he also, on the flip side of that, wants to grow a sales team. Right. So he wants a manager, he wants a lead generator, he wants all that stuff. So my thoughts were to kind of start him off, entry level tier 1, and then transition him to enterprise.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, what is $125? Like I had someone saying, oh, well, the roofer to get priority or to get for onboarding or has to join his enterprise. That doesn't make sense. I'm like, who's saying that? Like, you're saying that? You're saying $100 isn't worth it? Like, who are we to say $125? If we lead with, hey, we have an option that's $120.75, they may not blink an eye. So yeah, it just depends case by case. I honestly support either way, just starting in the normal 49 spot and then upgrading later. Depends on their needs. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Last thing, if I send you my text, my phone number, would you be willing to connect with me at some point? Maybe I can start, tapping into your sales calls or your team's calls or something like that. I'm trying to up my game here.
Yeah, sure. No promises. I'm pretty busy with my team, but we do have a Tuesday 10 a.m. Pacific call every Tuesday. Okay. If you search the groups in Facebook for Powur Hitters,
I've seen
a lot of posts there, invitations to our meetings. It's the same Zoom link. JC Rangel has a Monday 10 a.m. Pacific. Tom Cotter's is Tuesday 10 a.m. Pacific. So you got a lot of good tools at your fingertips. And we always do a Q&A at the end of my call, Dana. So you're more than welcome to hop on and type questions and ask questions there for sure.
Awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you.
My pleasure. I mean, I'll just add to, that step between 5 and 6. Holding, going from 10 active to 20 active, that's a big jump. And the longer you do this and you find the guy that sticks, and then you go through 6 that don't, and you find the guy that sticks. Finally, after 2.5 to 3 years, like I can confidently say my front line of 42 is pretty darn strong. I almost don't have to bring in a few guys every month to stay above 40. I know that sounds maybe kind of out there for some of you, but it's not. Like staying above 10, right? Staying above 5, start with these baby steps. But over time, your front line becomes, less turnover and stays stronger. So just keep building the front line always. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and blast through a few things on the homeowner presentation. Maybe we'll do a little Q&A at the end. So I always start with kill the bill. And I think in university, Powur University, if you search homeowner presentation or homeowner slide deck, or it's a masterclass immersive that I did. But I always start with killing the bill. I always have a slide deck right here that I'm happy to share that I'll go over in a second. But, thanks for jumping on, build some connection. I'm all Zoom, by the way. All 12 deals I do every month with my eyes closed is all Zoom. I'm getting pretty cocky. I'm even doing some phone or some email closes, but Zoom always for me. And jump on, build rapport. You have to have a you can book me or a Calendly. They need to get a text reminder, email reminder. People don't miss my appointments. Like you referred to me by someone, send me your info and please book a time when you and your spouse or partner, all decision makers, are available. And you have to drip on them. You have to make a database or a CRM or a spreadsheet at the very least, and you have to always follow up. I use something super simple like Apple reminders here. Today I have 12 follow-ups. These are all past due or some are due today. And then I'll follow up with them and I'll set the follow-up date out another week or 3 weeks out if they've said no to me. Or if they're a sales rep on here, I need to follow up with a potential consultant. I'll make a follow-up date for them. I live by follow-up dates. Follow-up dates with homeowners, follow-up date with someone that messaged me on Facebook that didn't give me any info, follow up with a proposal presented. Any freaking thing in this business, you should have a follow-up date for and have an Excel spreadsheet for, in my opinion, at the very least. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a homeowner presentation. Thanks for jumping on today. A little bit of, connect with your homeowner, rapport building, how are you referred to me, blah, blah, blah. All right, I'm going to cover your bill. I'm going to cover a few quick slides on solar, and then I already have your proposal ready for you. Before we begin, what questions do you guys want to make sure I cover? Anything concerning burning, you want to make sure I answer? Great. Have you guys looked into that much? Oh, no, you haven't. Okay, cool. Get it out of the way, flesh it out in the beginning. Write notes always. Write down a notepad. I have a paper notepad in front of me when I do my presentation. I literally write down Alberto and what's your name? I didn't catch it. Oh, Maria. Okay, great. And I write it down. And I say their name 20 times in every presentation. And so then we're going to start with killing the bill. I want to cover your bill, guys. So you guys spent $262, and 262 divided by 850 kilowatt hours. That's how much you guys used. Wow, you're at 31 cents a kilowatt hour. When I started 6 years ago, it was 19 cents, 31 cents. Did you have a 262 bill in the winter before? Crazy, huh? Oh my God, how much is your summer bill? I bet that's up to $400 to $500. And is this last 12 months a similar year, what you anticipate using moving forward? Did you guys use a heater in the winter, portable heater? I can see your heater. Maybe that was Christmas lights. Sometimes when the summer goes up astronomical in comparison with the winter, that tells me that their AC condenser is old. How old is that AC condenser? Oh, it's from when the house was built in the 80s. Yeah, your summer goes up really high, I could tell. Good news is if you replace that next few years, you're going to have even more solar and more electricity to use with the proposal I'm going to show you. Any electric cars, any pools? How long you guys been in the house, by the way? Blah, 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 blah. You guys are on a tier plan right now. That's strange. Most everyone got forced to time of use. Have you heard of time of use? Did you get that letter? Yeah, that 4 to 9. Oh, it's awful. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, cool. So now, guys, I'm going to show you a few slides, and then we're going to get right to the numbers. And, you know, remind me, have you looked into this much before? Did you get info on it? Okay. Oh, you did get some info. Anything you're looking for, I should know that you already want, like maybe individual inverters, want a good warranty. Okay. I'm going to show you the best one we have. Were you looking into a finance or a cash discount? Okay. You saw a 20-year cat finance option. Awesome. That's our most common popular option. So flesh out some of those things if you can, if it's right in the beginning. We don't want to show them a 25-year dumb loan if you're talking with a cash customer, right? You want to flash out some of those. When you guys normally do upgrades or remodels, do you normally pay cash or finance, if I can ask? Are you open to a cash discount? And some people are, some people aren't. So try to flesh those things out. We looked at your electric bill. Let me go ahead and expand this here. You know, personally, this is my story, make it your own. But I've helped over 900 families in Southern California. And here's Powur. This is a new map I just added to my presentation. We've helped tens of thousands of customers around the country on that map there. So you're in the right hands. I've done this for over 7 years, and I'm a realtor. I actually teach real estate agents about solar. I give back. We make donations on every single solar project that we help. What sparked your interest? Why are you guys interested? Savings, help the environment, tax credit. Are you hedging your bets? Do you have had blackouts? You got thinking about electric vehicle? You running AC at night? You know, why got you interested? You're seeing it on your block. And then why people are doing it now? Reduce, eliminate bills. My brother has solar. My parents went solar 8 years ago, cash. It paid for itself in 6 years in Claremont, next door to where you guys live. Saving money, 26% tax credit. This is the last year for that. I'm going to show you in just a second. And there's a utility incentive called net meter. I'm going to show you that. That might be changing. We have to lock into these two things this year. Lowering pollution, super important. And we're seeing it legally required in a lot of cities and states now. So here, guys, is that 26% tax credit. This is the last year for it. It is dollar for dollar. It's not a deduction. As long as you have a federal tax bill, appetite, it's either withheld. If you're W-2, you owe at the end of the year. Talk to your CPA, but you can benefit from this 26% this year if it's installed this year. Time of use in California is horrendous. You're being screwed when you need energy the most. Get home from work, turn lights on, turn AC on. Remember, we saw you just paid how much? 31 cents? Check this out, 33 cents and 52 cents when they switch you to this plan. So it is nasty. We're seeing fires across the country. We're seeing PG&E go up 18% next year. Google PG&E 18% 2023. Can you believe it with inflation and gas prices and everything going on? They shut down the San Onofre nuclear plant. They're shutting down El Diablo and Central Cal, NorCal nuclear plant. Guess who's paying for those decommissioning because they don't work anymore? The ratepayers are paying for it. Congratulations. Oh, and Edison just went up 8% before summertime right now, a few weeks ago. They went up 9% last year and 12% the year before that. It's insane. And this is how solar works. Energy gets produced. They're very durable, no moving parts. You can walk across them. Energy comes down to a combiner box. Your house uses it first. Anything extra during the day will go back into the grid. Your meter will spin backwards. You get paid for that. At night, you take energy back from the grid. That's called net metering. We do have batteries. I'm going to pause for a second. Normally, I say we have batteries. You can add them now or maybe later. You know, I recommend getting as much solar as you can. The only way to guard against blackouts is a generator or a battery. So those are a few things I say. I do kind of lean away from it a tad right now, just to be honest, but to each their own. I think batteries are the future. So we explained net metering, and then in California, we're going to get net metering 2.0, guys. Your minimum connection fee, non-bypassable charges, you can expect it's going to be about $24 to $29 a month. And there's good buyback credits. As soon as October or December, because in June, the CPUC may meet again and they may enact a ruling by October, December, we might see net metering reduce drastically. So as long as we're installed and connected by the end of the year, for now, it's on pause. We should be locking in the net metering 2.0 for you. Good buyback credits, 20-year grandfather clause for now, and a minimum connection fee, not too bad, probably about $24 to $29 in California. This is my friend's bill. He's paying his, $15 minimum connection fee. He's in month number 7 of 12 months. Some months you're below the line, other months you're above. Every statement, you get to see your debits, your credits. You get to see your running cumulative total. At the end of 12 months, if you have a debit, Edison will show you. We want to keep track of this month in, month out. I want to get you the right size system so you don't owe Edison at the end of the 12 months. We need the right size system. If you sell the home, you have two options. Sell the home for more money, advertise as paid off energy bank, 30-year warranties, and use any of the proceeds to pay off the remaining principal balance. That's what I recommend. Second option is transfer the loan payment. This home comes with a loan payment, half the price of the utility, 10 more years left. So either way, you can sell this home with confidence. Now, depending on, to pause for a second, depending on if I know I'm going to show REC and Enphase, I'll cover this slide. If I'm not showing, if I know I'm not going to, like I helped a whole bunch of cops and they don't really care as much. I did Canadians for all these cops. I saved them a few bucks. They wanted a deal like their buddy got. Canadian 390s is great. But for most of my deals in California, I'm leaning into the RECs. 400 watts, black on black. They got 2 bars back here for extra wind protection, load protection, 92% power in year 25. Let me repeat that. The top of the line panel, 92% power warranty in year 25. Write that down, guys, because all other panels are 80 to 85%. This is one of the best panels. It's slightly better than SunPower, and they're expensive as hell. Any other panels, not as good as this one. Anyone that sells you an inverter that's not an individual microinverter is doing you a disservice. I really talk this stuff up, right? It's my differentiator. You don't want the big inverter to go out and then your whole system goes out for 2 months, do you? With these individual ones, every system, every panel performs perfectly. You're going to get per panel maintenance, per panel monitoring. And I'm going to hook you up with the newer IQ8 model. And I'm just hurrying up a little bit here. Why Powur? We're the fastest nationwide growing solar company in the United States. We have good ratings across the board, public benefit corporation. Not only that, we give the best 30-year warranty. You're going to get me, you're going to get Powur, you're going to get a project manager, a chat line, a phone line, an email line, all domestically located. And we're going to get this coverage for 30 years. Parts, labor, and roof, no deductibles. This covers all the gaps, truck rolls, shipping, labor, 2 truck rolls. It stays with the address, it's transferable. But guys, it's backed by solarinsure.com, a $10 billion insurance company. Even if I cease to exist and Powur cease to exist, you still have protection and coverage. Someone's coming over to your house to take care of your system. We're in 25 states and rapidly growing. We use tier 1 equipment, ground mounts, concrete tiles, asphalt shingles. We do it all. And if you know anyone in those 25 states, we have a $1,000 referral program. So Tony that referred you, he owes you dinner, Antonio and Maria. So $1,000. And Tony Maria, do you know any neighbors, friends, family, colleagues, anyone on your block, anyone that you know with a pool, Tesla? We're going to make you a couple $1,000s with our referral checks. And these are your options, sticking with the utility or going solar. I'm just going to keep going here. And lastly, Antonio Maria, we're going to check if you qualify today. Our FICO is normally 600 or higher. We do sign off on a disclosure and initial agreement just to get the ball rolling. We schedule a free site surveyor. He's going to go take pictures of the home, look at the electrical panel, look at the roof. And within a week or two, I'm going to have some designs and results and layouts for you. If you like what you see, you give us permission to continue. We're going to go ahead and then we're going to pay for the permit. In your city, it's about 25 days right now. They're a little bit backed up. And we're going to schedule installation after that. So I'd love to have this installed. You know, it's, what are we in? March 29th. I'd love to have this installed in the first 2 weeks of May. I'm going to push for you as fast as I can. It's perfect timing because it's right before summer when you're going to run your AC, right? And get that tax credit locked in and get the net metering locked in like we talked about earlier. And then I'll say any questions so far. Okay, great. Let's get to the fun part, right? The part you've been waiting for. Let's get to the numbers. And I'll straight up pause screen share. Let me go ahead and remove the roofing adder for you guys. And then hit update. Okay, cool. So you need to learn how to obviously pause screen share, make edits, change margin. If they said they're shopping against Tesla, they're looking at cash. I've only got Sunrun and Costco proposal. Well, in California, you can be at $4 a watt, $3.90 a watt on a good size system and crush Sunrun and Costco. So you got to know your competition, know your market, know who's selling at what, know what margin to be in. I do volume. I'm typically at 0.6 to 0.9. If you look at this one, I've got a $600 rebate, extended warranty, and $6,000 of margin. That's fine with me for a 45-minute Zoom call from a referral. So we got the system. What do you think about the layout? Let's interact together. The system size, black on black. Let me show you a picture of what that looks like. The newest IQ8s, like we talked about, online monitoring, per panel monitoring. Not all companies give you per panel monitoring. And this is going to produce conservatively, we don't overshoot, 15,534 kilowatts. We're even factoring in a little bit of burn-in the first year. We don't want to leave you hanging at the end of the year. And so I designed this at 118% of your needs. The blue is what the solar is what you used last year, and the yellow is what the solar will produce. You could see most of the months you're building a credit, other months you're touching the solar curve. So 118%, Alberto and Maria, is to break even with the utility. That's that $24 to $29 minimum connection fee. This is to break even. With time of use, we need to get you 115 to 120% here in California. Now, I know you mentioned financing, and I know your summer bill you said is $550, but let's just pretend it's $350 average. In 5 or 10 years, we know it's going to be over $500 average. Your summer bills are already over $400 or $500. So today, I have an option for you, 0 down, $135 a month. We're going to give you a $600 rebate because you were referred by Tony. But $135 a month. Now, don't forget that $25, $30 minimum connection fee that I told you about. Much better than $350 and $550 in the summer, right? So $135 a month, and just kind of pause there. Like, let them realize that this is only this California, $135 a month plus $25 to $30. Any questions about that? Here's your price, here's your tax credit, here's your net system cost. Now, based on a Berkeley lab study, imagine selling this in 5 to 10 years. Imagine what home prices are going to be. Imagine what Edison's going to cost. You think it could add 42K in home value compared to a neighbor? Absolutely. So let's go back up. Now, if you want to pocket this $10,000 tax credit and not give it back in the first 18 months of your loan, you can pocket it. You don't have to give it back as a down payment. The loan will re-amortize to 186. You get to keep your $600 check I'm going to give you. You get to keep 10 grand of tax credits, and your payment stays at 186. As the utility continues to climb indefinitely from 350 to 500, you're locked in at 135 if you give it back, or 186 if you don't give it back. And then that's really it. You know, I stay here for a while. I ask questions. If they're just like, okay, sounds good. Well, tell me what you think about the design. Yeah, no, we like that. Well, tell me what you think about the 118%. You know, if we take 26 panels divided by 135, Albert, I just want you to know that this is $5 in a panel. If you want to keep that AC at 72 all summer long, we can just add 2 more panels. Just FYI, 10 more bucks. But I wanted to show them the best system that will meet their needs, not leave them hanging with the best equipment, the best warranty, the best interest rate, the best everything for 135. And I have a very nonchalant approach. I'm just educating. I don't care if you, some people tell me like, you seem like you don't care. You're not a shark. You're just saying it. You're busy. You don't have time for them. You just don't seem like you care. It's an educational, informative speech, and you're not being a shark. They don't feel that. They don't have their guard up. You're literally just acting like you don't care. And I expedited that for y'all, but in a nutshell, that is my homeowner slide deck and my presentation. So I hope that was somewhat interesting or enlightening. And I'd go ahead and see if there's some questions now. I know we're at the top of the hour, but if there's any questions, we'll go through the chat and come off Q&A.